The year is 1405. The Laham archipelago is living a time of unrest. The war between Saria and Ingrid is raging. The defection of Commodore Henry Morgan led to the assassination of Queen Rada Hingeri. King Henry IV, filled with hatred and pain for the loss of his wife, started to call upon every available sailor to join the war and retaliate against the enemy. In the middle of the archipelago, Aegeus finally declared his independence and now is looking to build a strong nation. On the other side, the end of the War of the Coin left the Republic of Calgary in desperate need, and Fredegar seems willing to help in exchange for territory and resources. But a new religious movement is slowly building inside of this old kingdom, threatening to break it apart. In the south desert nation of Aegyptos, a civil war is threatening the commercial alliance with Obolowa. If the leaders of those oligarchic nations do not put a stop to this madness, there will be no commerce in the future. Welcome. I'm Hunter Storyteller David, and this is Tales of the Forgotten Seas. A brand new show that explores the lives of a group of fantastic characters involving the vicious and complex stories that I created. Are they some swaggering anti-heroes? Strange, fascinating one? Maybe some social revolutionaries? Set sail with us in this fantastic world and discover the true meaning of adventure. Welcome back to another episode of Tales of the Forgotten Sea. Brand new tabletop roleplay game that we playtest in front of everyone. Carry on with this adventure. Let's see where it led us. So far, a man died. Probably a swamp witch, a fairy things break into this area. We're not sure yet. A possible connection through a card that Eleonora gave to Jean was discovered, and a list of people need to be visited at the festival. A festival that is still being built out. Nothing is completely ready yet, except for a few tents. And in the meantime, Amber is trying to recover, and at the same time is reading hard about the Hopkins. And speaking of that, why don't we talk about the Hopkins a little more? We had a roll from Amber last time. It was a 9, and everything starts with a little bit of a kind of a horror tale, because who was Matthew Hopkins is a little bit of a figure of Ingetherian history that is quite known. He was a witch hunter, but not in a way that we consider it right now in modern era. Witches and witchers are a common thing in most part of the archipelago, especially in Obolowa, where the term came from. The term, original term is strega, from the stregone for the man. But witch hunter hunt down and they torture and kill people that are being accused of using the spells and the magic against the law, using necromancy in a way that hurt people, not to heal, but to raise death. And in some countries, using the power of necromancy to raise undead is sanctioned. In Obolowa, some witches are allowed and are well known to be necromancers, and they have been used in the past to resolve crime or even raise undead to help the family to go through the stage of losing someone so early. In other country like Ingethir, necromancy is banned. It's considered bad. It's considered awful. It's not allowed. And Matthew Hopkins and his family made sure of that. He was an arcane paladin, using the law on his side, going around during his career to hunt down one by one every single user of magic in the country, and sometimes using it for, banishing them for good, and sometimes abusing of his power. But one of his daughter went the other way, and she became a witch, defying his father and his horrible way. Aglia, that was her name. Aglia Hopkins. And she raised her entire family in the belief that find a balance between use of magic and law, it's the right way. And she started to learn about occult and arcane power and the fatwas, and studying more and more about them, until she started to understand that there was a way to protect people from some of the most nasty ones. Because sometimes fairy are playful and they want just to hang out with you, or they bless you, etc. Sometimes they are very nasty little creature that wants to take. They are not mischievous in the sense that for them it's just a play. Their differentiation between good and bad are not the same. The value that we gave to those things are not exactly the same. Hopkins' father and his daughter quickly ran into opposition against each other, and story told that Matthew Hopkins, ended up his life alone, considered just a spot, a horrible black spot in the history of the family. Even if his reputation made the family what was at the time a very important one. He made money, and he made, he created built fame and a fortune that helped the family to be well known, but in a way that there was a lot of hate towards them. Generation after generation, the Hopkins started to use their power, fame, their knowledge to help to make sure that they were not just horrible witch hunter, but kind of anti-heroes that were going around using some kind of awful method, but sometimes try to bring the justice where it was needed. And they did it in multiple countries, even outside England. Nowadays they're home in Maginn, close in the Valonian Isles. Is still well regarded and still well considered, sometimes even visited by people that want to know a little about them. Malcolm Hopkins is now well connected because he is married with one of the nephew of from the Queen family side, but Russell Vincent Hopkins, the two last important member of the family, keep carry on with the tradition, and they are now in in Calgary, working for not just the government but also for the poor people of Calgary to recover after the War of the Coin, a war that destroyed the veil between the fatwas and this world, a war that bringed so many awful creatures hunting for new prey on this side that monster hunting is now one of the most common and revered and dangerous profession that you can find in. So there are a lot of legends, a lot of stories. The Hopkins against the vampires, the Hopkins against the werewolf. There is also a short story of the Hopkins in Walton, one of the North Islands, or sorry, not the islands, one of the city at the north side of England. 3 of their members against Jenny Greenclaw.
All right.
Digging into a little bit about the story, you realize that only one of them survived, and they defeat apparently this emanation of Jenny that has some very good similarity to what you witnessed. There was some disappearance in the area, usually people related too close to the water. Never disappearance on land, only when they were too close to the shore. And always rivers and ponds and lakes, never the sea. And the algae left behind the little bit of the trace of very deep cut in the skin, etc. But there is something, the difference between what you have found and what the story, the bite mark, children's eye. Because apparently the story said that Jenny steal children, drown them, keeping their spirit with her, and acting like a mother to those dead children. And those children are always with her. You didn't see any children, and you didn't hear any of their laugh. That is one of the things that is in the story.
All right, I just thought of something. Question.
Yeah.
From the story, I didn't quite understood what was the final verdict of how the Hopkins family would go on, because Hopkins and his daughter, they were in opposite sides,
Yes.
but I didn't understand which side, because you said that
Oh no, because
they
she
parted
was
they parted
trying.
ways.
Okay, sorry, my fault. She was trying to make sure that the use of magic and alchemy and was and witchcraft was in line with the law. She wanted to carry on using it and make it something that everyone can use for good. When on the other side, the father was more like witchcraft is bad, necromancy is bad, every sorcerer must die.
All right. Second thing, did I find any information about how they managed to overcome Jenny?
Yeah, they cut his head.
Easy. All right. Any weaknesses?
On land, she seems to be less powerful.
All right. I had another question. Did we know? Did we find? Do we know what happened to the daughter after she split?
Oh, she raised a very wealthy family, and she had 7 children, and each one of them carried on with the family lines, and she died for old age when she was in her 90s.
All right. I have something in mind, but I'm not sure at all. It's a huge what if. All right, I don't know what else to ask right now. Okay, I think I'll go find the guys.
Yeah, all of those information take you hours to find all of them.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I guess that I'm researching for hours, right?
Yeah, it's like 3 hours of your time for
Okay.
for each role for you researching.
All right. So, okay, come back to me after some time
Absolutely.
has passed.
So, guys, please.
And for inspection.
What time is it?
For inspection.
We we are getting into the afternoon.
Did I miss something? I know we had a commotion in the morning, but wasn't Hazel going to
Yeah, but that didn't
do
happen
things? Okay,
because she
cool.
was supposed to come back at 2:30, and you guys come back around 2, where a wounded Hazel and a lot of things happened. So they went to to take on you. There was a meeting, blah blah blah. So we are getting close to 5 p.m. right now, and is being quite the day. So definitely Chloe didn't go for hunting.
Just checking because this will be the second gig in a row that we make her late to. Just,
Well,
Okay.
So how are we doing this? Are we gonna split around, gonna go all together to each and every one of them?
I think we have to go all together.
Okay.
it does look more legitimate if we're all together, I think.
All right. So
Before you guys
let's keep
go,
some.
just I don't want to interrupt your flow, but I just need to present you what you guys see. You need to have an idea of what you're looking at. There is almost like an entrance. Then at the moment is being almost finished to be built. Where that is probably where people are going to go through to actually enter the area. But that is after there is a little, there is a the part of the river. There is a little bridge, a very simple one, and the entrance is after that. Before that, you have seen people already putting some tent and a couple of tables. At the moment, you see only 2 tent on the left side. One of them seems to be probably something like a Turuk. They are the turtle people. with a big van close to it, like a not chariot, sorry. Words escape me, but you guys get the gist of it. All the stuff.
Wagon?
A wagon. Thank you.
Wagons.
Yeah, a large wagon with a lot of stuff on top, a lot of boxes and such like, and there is the tent there. And at the moment, out of it, there is this Taruk guy that is putting things on the table and organizing. Close to him, a little bit down, there is a woman with glasses, a little bit short hair, dressed almost like a chemist. That she is setting up some kind of a little bit of alchemy set, similar to what Riska has, but just a little bit more, larger, because you need to stay on a large table in front of her. It doesn't need to travel along. On the other side of the river, after the entrance, the Red Lion pub is going to be. At the moment, there are a group of people just building. There is nothing fixed yet. And the same goes for where Alexandra the Butcher, she's going to be on the right side. So apparently she's not there at the moment, just a bunch of stuff that is being probably left there, especially because meat need to go here, to come here fresh, no, and waiting for days. A little bit more on the right side, there is what it looks like a very small blacksmith furnace, like an oven with an anvil and other things. That seems to belong to a very, very scrawny looking man that, even if you guys know by the name Tarak, it doesn't seem to have any Sarikar to resemble. It just seems like a human being. There are another couple of tents close to this area on the right side with different vendors, but at the moment you see just two of them actually operating. On the left side, you see Bob with another couple of townspeople that are literally building a version of what is a very small version of what is the tavern. So with the original name, the River Shack, not the Spiky Lizard, like everyone call it. And some people are putting down some terrain to create what looks like a rounded small arena where the night challenge will be. On the west side, more deep into the location, there is a mirror maze that is being built right now, and close to it, even if it doesn't have a tent yet, they are putting up panels to create another small maze that not very complicated, that has some doors, some tent, and some people that are kind of dressing up and testing masks to look like a very monstrous version of different things. There is a guy with the head of a wolf that is supposed to probably be a werewolf, or there is another guy that is a woman that is putting up a very large costume that fit with some strange tentacles on the right and left side, and there is like a mouth draw on the front of her belly, of course a fake belly. All of this is just a make-believe costume. And on the left, kind of almost like a little bit isolated from everything, there is this very large tent that has a sign on top: Cervantes Circus of Crawly Creatures. And even if the lights are starting to go a little bit down, because of course it's the kind of 5 p.m. and the sun is starting to go close to the horizon, that entire area seems a little bit too much in the dark. The space for your circus, Ember, even if you're not there, is being established, but is not built yet. The stage that is more on the right-hand side is also being built and is ready. So please, guys, tell me where you go.
So, should we start with the more easily accessible people, like the healer, and the traveling guy with trinkets?
Marcus? Yeah.
Yeah, we have Marcus, is it?
Marcus,
And Lorraine. And Lorraine. Okay, so we just approach whoever is closer to the entrance.
okay. The closer to you is Marcus the Traveler. Then apparently has this caravan just outside, so people can eventually approach him and buy things for him without getting inside the actual area. Probably because there is a ticket that people are going to pay. First glance, the man, as I said, seems like a Taruk. He has like a wrinkly face, quite squat, kind of almost like rectangular shaped head, with a beak that usually is like tortoise head, and so a typical Taruk kind of physiognomy. The only thing that immediately you guys get is that this guy doesn't have the classic shell and carapace, and immediately identify him as a Kelis Taruk, or shellless, or false Taruk, as some people call them. They are ethnicity of the Taruk. They missing the famous armored hard shell that protect their body. So they are quite slim, long neck, very wrinkly, and but large hand. And some people just get a little bit taken back by their appearance, and some people just confuse them for Sarptas, the more snake-like folk. So when you guys get close, they look at you with kind of a very little blue eyes surrounded by a lot of wrinkles, kind of a rounded shape, high eyebrow arc, and he's holding like a bag that he put down.
I approach first. Like, good morning, good afternoon, sir. How are you? We're here on behalf of the mayor and the village, and we will be going around everyone in the karma in the festival, making sure everything is in order, checking a few stuff, seeing if there are any problems, and if you need anything, to take it to the mayor himself. Like if you have a request or something.
No.
Would you mind stating some basic facts first about, for example, what's your full name?
Marcus Harakata.
Okay, I keep notes. And what exactly is your part in the festival?
I'm selling.
Please elaborate further about the kinds of items that you are selling.
You want me to go through all the presentation?
Just give me a fair idea. Do you have any charms, trinkets?
Yeah. State itself, clean up its clothes. Welcome to Marcus the Traveler. Please take a look, and he starts to present everything he has, and there are like trinkets from everywhere in the world. It's like there is a small statue from a Bolawa. There is a tone flower that is actually a rock with created by the desert from Akiptos. There is this famous jewel from Fradeker. It has a lot of different things. You don't know how many of them are real or just a very nice imitation or complete fake, but he is very good at presenting them.
Mind letting us take a look those items? Well, actually, no. I don't tell.
Just showing pretty much.
Okay. So what I ask is, do you have any kind of weapons or ammunition among your stuff? Anything that's sharp or would be used as a
Yes, I have this, and they have a little box, and you open it, and inside, in the middle, on a velvet cushion, there are 2 bullets. They are literally just smashed one against each other, and one chance in a million.
Wow, impressive.
And what would you say is your most valuable item of the whole shop?
Are you buying?
We are with the mayor. We have to catalog stuff and keep track of stuff.
You never know.
Just because you're with the mayor. Open a box, and you take out one of those glasses container with a very good lid on top, very sealed with wax and etc. And there is this strange, watery, kind of purple liquid. Just to give you a good shock, and you put it down. And all of a sudden, in the liquid, an eye float. You can see it.
Ice.
An eye.
An eye. Oh, that is creepy.
Can I diagnose what's in the container?
He is going to tell you, but you
Yeah,
can
okay,
roll if
cool.
you
Never
want.
mind.
You can roll
No, it's
alchemy.
okay.
This are the remain of fatwas
The remains of fatwas.
killed in Calgary.
Hmm.
You know,
Quite interesting, and I'm looking at the others.
they disappear after you kill them, right? Not this one.
Didn't know.
I couldn't
What
disappear
killed
because
this one?
Didn't we kill some of them and they didn't disappear?
They are fatwas touched, no fatwas entity.
Yep.
Okay.
There is a slightly difference.
Where did you find that?
Oh no, I didn't. I was being sold to this by one of the family of monster hunter in Calgary. He was making a little bit of profit.
Yeah.
How do you know it is what you say it is?
They are legit.
Same question.
Not, I mean, they are a family of renew monster hunter. I should trust one of them, right?
Which family is this?
The demon knight.
The what?
Mhm. The Demon Knights.
That's what they call themselves.
Hmm. Thank you very much. You guys think we should take a look at anything else?
The eye that is now being disappear back into the, purplish water. It wasn't human at all. Neither Sarika or Tuvictians. Just to be precise.
So-
It looked at the
So it's-
like a beast.
Okay, let's not open this lid.
And he carefully put it back into the box. So, everything alright?
I'm looking at the others. I'm waiting for your approval.
I think we're good here. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you for your time. We just move on. And I'm taking the risk. Do you want to talk with Lorraine because you're alchemists and stuff?
Yeah, for sure. For sure. We can go have a look.
Okay. We move just a little bit, Lorraine.
Okay. Lorraine, she is a kind of small frame woman with probably some age on her shoulder, even if she doesn't show immediately. Small, rounded glasses on the little, like here on the nose. When you approach, she just smile. She has a short, kind of a semi-curly hair with a little bit of, I will say, white started coming out. And she has a pouch on the side with a little small bottles, and is dressed pretty much as the locals. Maybe some more like greenish traveling clothes. Hello, hi.
Good evening, madam. We're here on mayor duty. We are tasked to check the safety of all attractions. What's your business here?
This safety, you say? Okay. Everything is safe here. I double check and try every single potion myself. I'm selling a lot of things. These are for lucks and a little bit of a lot of charms. This one for more physical encounter, mostly for the man. Also the lady can use it, but performance issues sometimes. And that one there is a more like for a healthy personal potion if you have a cough or you want to get rid of that scratching on your lungs and other things like this. I sell all of just those things.
I would like to investigate. This is not Riska talking. This is player
I
talking.
got it. I got it.
I would like to investigate if how she made those and if she like chipped out with the ingredients so that we could have some funny side effects going around, especially with the
Okay,
performance and
you're
answer.
going to guys spend a little bit of time here, especially because you want to go through all the ingredients and etc. She provide you a list of ingredients. Roll me an alchemy roll.
Should we gain some time by going to maybe to the blacksmith while this guy is checking all the ingredients and meet up after the blacksmith?
Yeah, I'll catch up. I'll catch up to you.
Okay.
Hazel, are you okay with this?
I guess.
Good. I do.
I think we do our jobs quite seriously, where our only end game was to,
I know.
I think it
But
should be more superficial, like, okay, what do you have here? Yeah, everything's fine, bye.
well, we take our jobs very seriously.
Apparently, they wants to go through. Riska, what was your
If Riska wants to do this, let's go to the blacksmith and get over with this.
Let's go
Okay.
to the blacksmith.
You go to the blacksmith. Okay, two things at the same time. Let's go for the blacksmith for just a moment. As I said, the name of this blacksmith is Mr. Tarak. Short hair, nice, very short goatee, very well kept. Kind of a pointy nose, slightly crooked. By natural, no, is not being broken or something like that. He's wearing like an apron made of leather and pants, trousers. No, sorry, yeah, pants, trouser, depending of American or English, or but heavy boots, gloves for heavy duty, and at the moment is bashing down on a piece of metal, holding it with some pinchers, some players. Sorry.
Yeah.
He's a very scrawny looking guy. It doesn't seem like one of those classic, big, massive, very muscular blacksmith. He's very quite thin, but it's definitely by the what you see on the arms and etc. There's no fat there. It's quite defined, and you just taking his time.
Good afternoon, sir. We're here on mayoral duty. He asked us to take a look at everyone and catalog everyone that's coming to the festival and see if all is in order. Please state your full name and your occupation and what you will be providing for the festival, please. Oh my god. And as I can see, you're a blacksmith. Do you make weapons, armor?
Yeah, weapons, armor, as you want.
Excellent. Have you also brought stock from stuff that you've already made and are selling it here, or
I
do
can
you?
show you something. Do you want
There's
a leather one?
there's.
Do you prefer a sword? I can make a very nice rapier. I see
Thank
you
you very
have one.
much. I might be looking into this, but not right now. Thank you very much.
As you wish.
Have a nice evening.
You too. Hello, milady.
Bye, have a nice evening.
Oh,
You didn't expect that, right?
I was not ready for that now.
Me neither, but I managed to keep my composure.
A little bit of a joke
Why?
for your GM.
Okay, let's go get Riska and go to the big tent.
Of course, Tarak is officially speaking like this from now on. Huh?
I get it.
Yes.
I
We are
will
not
try
good-
very hard to find ourselves in an emergency with Tarak involved. It'll be great.
Help! Okay,
Right.
please.
Let's get Riska and go to the tent, the big one.
Yes, let's go.
So your roll was 10.
10. Yep.
She made a couple of mistakes in some of the ingredients, but nothing that can make it lethal. Maybe a little bit low, like not probably the right effect, but similar to the contest. She put mint in one instead of coriander. So, but she seems to be more oriented on the herbal side of things. While you are a mutagenist, she's probably an herbalist.
Sounds good. I was looking for fun things anyway.
Okay. There is one of the potion that she put like a label on it, but what you see is probably not. I mean, the what she wrote down and the fact based on the list and etc. They don't match. That's supposed to be something to help you with reflux, but she probably made a mistake there because that things make you vomit.
I would like to purchase one of those.
She will sell it for you for 2 silver.
Deal.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Are you going to tell her that those things could make you vomit?
You never know. Next time that, I don't know, we share breakfast with uninvited Cervantes, we can make it funny or something.
Why are you so evil?
You never say that he's a good guy. Anyway.
It's all for diversion work. Don't worry about me.
Of course, it's there. Okay, anyway.
You guys stop in front of Cervantes' tent, I presume.
Yes.
The
Yep.
tent seems closed.
I just open it. It's like I go boldly.
I boldly
I
go
don't.
where no
Yeah, exactly.
person has never ever been before. Actually, a lot of people have been here, but neither member of this team, neither our viewer. So,
By the way, is anyone before getting inside? Is anyone else around? Like any other person doing any job, doing or
there are
gathering
people
stuff?
working, but they are not close to this tent. They are all working to
Husks.
their ask one.
Mm-hmm. Where is it seated? Is it like in front of the door? Is it...
Oh no! It's so if you look at the tent, on the left side there is the river,
Mm-hmm.
and he's close to the river and he's collecting pebbles.
Pebbles again. Okay. All the husks have been collecting pebbles for Cervantes. This is so weird.
Like a fae would do.
So Cervantes is a fae that's using.
There was a beard that all of a sudden decided to speak and is being shot by
Just
a hunter. Like, bird don't
So
speak.
that has a weird voice.
Yeah, exactly. Instead of quacking,
Okay,
it was like.
let's go inside.
You boldly open. The first thing that hits you is the smell. It's not the smell of a tent with animals. It's clean. It's almost bleached. How clean it is. The smell of a lab. There is a corridor, and there are signs left and right. And you realize that, of course, there is almost like a structure that lead you inside. But of course, the tent is much more taller. So there is almost like panels that are being built to force you to follow a path. The panels show creature painted on and etc. And a lot of them seems terrifying.
Okay.
And all of a
That's
sudden
so
there is an open area with a couple of oil torches, and in the middle of it there is a cage that has a little bit. It's more like a fence. There is no top. You can see, and there is like almost like recreated, like bits of desert with sand. There is nothing until
So it's like a pit with a sandworm probably inside.
it's not pit because it doesn't go down. It's just there is a fence and there is like sand. Put it there with a cactus and other things like this. And all of a sudden, a little bit of the sand starts to.
So it is a sandworm. Excellent.
Kid friendly.
Yeah. But there's like in the middle room.
The sand, the move is like this size. There's just a small
So it's,
batch, or like a small movement on the sand. It's not massive or whatever.
but are there any like seats around in the middle area, like for people
There
to
is,
sit?
because this area is a little bit circular. There are seats around.
And there's no one, like no living person.
No, at the moment there are only you guys.
I take a look inside one of the beast rooms, whatever. Are
There's
they?
no,
Because
there is a. Okay, so the corridor. There is this circular area with the things in the middle, and the corridor move on from there, moving on. But there is no other exit.
what about the panels with the paintings?
Oh, they are 3 meters tall. So unless you crawl on top, you can't see what's behind.
Okay, that's what you have.
I forgot something very important. I'd like to step out of the tent very quickly. I have something to leave outside and hide. I have blood on me again. I'm not doing this again.
Okay.
Oh,
What blood was?
why?
It's the hound blood, the one that is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, conducts electricity. So I'll just find somewhere, alongside the what's it called, like the thing that you stick in the ground to fix a tent, basically.
Yeah, to pitch the tent down. Yeah.
Yes, like a I don't know, like quiet place that no one will look. It's literally just a vial, but
You put the
it's
vial
not
there
coming
before
inside.
you enter. Sounds
Yes.
sounds good for me.
That's a bullet. Okay, let's move on. Let's move on past the circular area then.
What's the noise situation inside the tent?
Very quiet.
Question.
Like no noise at all?
No, there is some noise, movement in the background. Some of the noise that come from outside, the sound of the Chatterpond River. But the moment the rest is very quiet.
Mhm.
You carry on into this corridor, and there is another area where there is a little stage with other seats, and there is almost like a magician hat, like a top hat, and there is a cage on the side. Inside the cage there is a animal sleeping. They look like a rabbit on a first glance.
Like a normal rabbit.
Well, the GM just said in a first glance, so
However,
let's go closer.
The
I
skin
mean,
is
let's go.
so white that it is almost translucent.
All right.
The usually bunny hairs, they are quite on top. They are flat on the side, almost like a dog, a very sad dog. And the rest of the body is quite elongated, almost like a sphinx cat. At the moment is just on the side. And the weird things is, the head is definitely a rabbit head. The fin spike on the back, no.
The what?
What?
Fin spike.
A fin.
Yeah.
A fin, like a fish fin. Okay.
And there is a little long, like usually bunny have a very fluffy tail and very short. This is a long tail, like a feline.
This is gonna go well.
Very nice. Just a
is
regular
it
rabbit.
also the size of a rabbit?
Yeah,
Okay, better.
and he's sleeping just fine, very quietly, and you can see his chest slowly move. And it's weird, but at the same time, it's not terrifying. It's actually kind of cute.
Any traces in the cage of what the rabbit feeds on?
Yes,
Human bones.
there is a small bowl with some like dried food.
What is it?
Dried vegetarian or dried run
Dried
for your life? It
what?
gets out of the cage.
No, mix. There are like a little bit dried beef and a little bit of what it looks like probably apple and some lettuce.
Mm-hmm. Okay, let's see if there's anything inside the hut. Like another creature waiting over there.
Oh, the
Top hat,
hut
there's a top
is empty, and there is also like like those magician wand with a top like white colored.
So does the corridor move on from that
Yeah, well-
from where the rabbit? Okay, let's move on. Everything seems in order here, and I'm saying with a trembling voice.
Okay.
Also, just throwing it out there, rabbits are supposed to be herbivores, but okay, that's all good and fun. Moving on.
The
Beef now
corridor
and
is very
then.
short, and you get into a larger room. There is probably the back of the tent, and there are, the tent stop, and almost like two sides, the corridor goes back, almost like you move central, and you now can decide to go left or right, and go back to the entrance in a different route. And in the miss area, there is a pit. Is 6
The pit.
feet down, is rounded, and there is something also sleeping at the center of it. And all of you had a kind of a shiver down your spine. There is a humanoid figure, and he looked like a husk with scales, and he is now just in this kind of fetal position, etc. And like the rabbit, his skin has almost looked like it's kind of translucent. You almost can see through. And by the size of it, that thing is probably around 9 feet tall. Like
How deep is the pit?
6 feet. 6 feet tall.
Oh, that sounds like
So
fun.
we can climb out easily.
You can climb out without any problem.
This is going to be a huge problem.
Jesus!
I say we go. We've seen enough, don't you think?
Kill it with fire.
No, don't kill it.
With fire.
You hear a rustling moment on your left.
All right.
We have killed it.
What's on the left?
There is a small cage with a creature. You guys have already seen it. It was the kind of bird
The
Weird
bird.
parrot.
Yes. The parrot.
The parrot. Now that there is some, it stays still, you can see it a little bit better with this red, whitish skin, the black beak, the white eyes almost making look blind. It looks like, even if they don't exist in this world, like a himp, a demonic himp.
Parrot.
But it is a parrot.
This is as much of a parrot as I'm a dolphin.
Yeah, probably. You are very good.
Parrot.
Gargoyle.
You are
That sounds
crazy like
definitely like a.
That's literally an alien gargoyle.
So, the parrot is like sleeping, or is it agitated?
Oh no,
Quote,
the parrot is
unquote.
pretty much awake. He's just staring in your direction, even with his blind eye.
Yeah, again, quote unquote, staring.
Even worse with the blind eye.
Okay, I just move past it because we need to know if there's anything else. Like we need to find Cervantes as well.
If there's anything else,
Cervantes was at the tavern.
No,
Was it?
it was.
He wasn't at the
Was
tavern.
it?
No. When he showed us and said that Cervantes, that guy, they showed at the empty table that we were sitting beforehand.
By the way, is the humanoid sleeping or just,
Oh,
in a
humanoid is.
sad fetal position?
It seems like sleeping. Well, you can see him breathing, but if he's asleep or awake, you don't know. For the European size of our viewers, 9 feet tall is almost like 2 meters or something. I will tell you exactly.
Almost 3 meters.
Almost
It's,
3 meters. Thank you.
Just a small person.
3 meter tall
Is
husk.
2.7 meters of some sort.
Anyway, guys, we need to know if Cervantes is here.
If we're going to move even further, I suggest we do it really quiet.
There is behind the parrot, as I said, the corridor goes almost like going back, and there is a cord with access denied, like little sign, and you can see this bits of a corridor lead to another little space inside the tent with a desk and a lot of alchemical stuff in good display.
It's your chance
I
to
have
see.
a very bad idea.
No, but yes.
Can I stealth? What do you guys think of me stealthing my way inside there while you try and find Cervantes and keep him distracted while I have a look inside? If
We
he's
can do
not
that, but
inside.
either way, we are supposedly here under the mayoral. How to say it? We have every right to take a look at everything. The mayor told us so.
Yes, but there's look and look.
From that area, all of a sudden, almost like peeking, you see Cervantes' head just doing this.
There you are. We've been looking for you.
Just doing this with his eyes open down. Friends! It's such
Hello.
a good way to see you! You came
Hello,
to
Cervantes.
visit!
Yeah, hi.
He stand
We're-
up, and for the first time you see him in a with not all the paraments. He doesn't have the very, like the hoodies and the cloth. No, it has just like a shirt and trouser, very short one, by the way. He's very. I told you, he is very scrawny. Now that you see it, is almost like elongated and in the very almost like you can probably count his ribs. He's like, so his head is almost like normal size compared to the rest of the body that is like kind of skeleton moving.
Sorry to disturb you. Were you sleeping?
Yeah, you want a tour of this place?
We're here actually on business with the mayor. We're cataloging.
Oh, tell me about it. Come here.
I get closer, and I tell him that we're
I got some
cataloging everyone at
kettle
the
of
festival.
tea. And he just turn, and you see literally just checking on this very rounded piece of glass with a very, very, very small open at the top, and a very like a very long neck with a large base, and there is some liquid inside. You smell it. And you put it on the floor, and you just
It's a tea, I
and
presume.
you see him washing it a couple of times, pouring water in it and putting it on a flame. So please sit down. There are a
Okay,
couple of stairs or chairs, and there is a made-up bed.
we don't actually have very much time, so we'll try to keep this very,
I'm
very
sorry.
brief.
I can
Could
make sure that boil much faster.
don't worry, don't worry. We're not
No,
here for the tea. We're here for you.
exactly. I'll pass on the tea, but thank you very much.
Yeah.
Such a shame. You seems like
So,
someone that will enjoy it.
Cervantes, can you please state your full name?
Oh yes, Cervantes de la Muertes la Calores.
Okay, I'm just taking notes in a notebook. And could you please explain in a few words about your attraction?
Of course, very friendly family invited. So, first step, the sand. They are usually very small, and I found one and I play with it, and now it's the size of a very small dog, and you can throw food at him, and he will jump out of the sand and just grab it, yum 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 yum, and that's it. Very simple, very shocking for the reveal, and that's it.
Is that sorry? So is
Go
that
on.
the whole modification to the sandworm, and where is the sandworm from?
Oh, from Aegyptus. And yeah, no, except they develop a couple of little legs, but that's it.
Go on. What about the others?
Oh, yes, the others. My pride and joy, the little rabbit. Or, I want to call it the feline rabbit. I think is as an amazing result. Anyway, I do tricks with him. I make him disappear in the hat. He run around under the chairs. He sometimes jump on some people, like a lot of screaming and laugh.
Mm-hmm.
And he go back to sleep, and I give him some food.
What about the next
Couple of
attraction?
sorry. Sorry. A couple of questions on the rabbit. Does it actually disappear, or are we talking about
Oh, no.
cheap
It's just
hat magic?
smoke and mirror, just illusions.
Awesome. I forgot about the second question already. How?
I'm so sorry.
Oh, yes. No, yes. So, we've had an accident previously
An
with one
accident?
creature.
Are you
Oh, you
okay?
remember that?
Where is
No,
Hender? Is he okay?
he's okay. He's okay. He's busy with other business at the moment. But so we've had the blood on the docks accident, a couple of days ago.
Yes.
So something like that, just in case, since this is,
No. Neither of those creatures is affected by it.
maybe not the blood, but is there something else that by chance? So this is a festival that will attract people from all over the place. We cannot really
No, they are
predict what they'll.
all child friendly.
Yes, but do they happen to react very badly to anything in particular that we should be,
Oh,
hang a sign about?
my little giant is a little bit like a shy guy, so I always ask people to keep it quiet. He doesn't like loud noise.
That's a very bad idea to have at a festival.
No. Don't worry. I
Yeah.
mean, it's pretty much deaf. It's only when you scream too close to him.
So can you tell me a bit more about this giant? What exactly is it?
Still a bad
So
idea.
there
But
was a very, very poor husk that I found. It was dying. The poor creature. Can you imagine? So I tried to save him, and in the process, he grew.
Can I roll an insight on this?
Yes,
What does
of
he
course.
do?
Because that doesn't seem right.
What
The
does the
insight is
giant do?
with insight is with willpower or cunning.
In this case, is with cunning.
Well, cunning. Okay. 13.
13.
Hmm?
Seems genuine. Not completely sure if he's a very okay. So if it's a lie that he believes, or part of it are true and part not.
Okay.
But overall, it seems genuine.
I tell you,
and
sorry.
sorry, go on.
From what I understood so far, you're working with animals. How come you have a husk in your attraction. That's not an
Oh,
animal.
no. He is for the children.
But what?
What?
He
What?
is grabbing the children, lift them up, giving them the opportunity to see the world from such high places, and he put it back in the arms of their mom and dads.
How much control do you have over this giant?
He's a very gentle guy. It doesn't hurt a fly.
Have you done this attraction before?
Yes, everywhere I go.
Great question though. This is your first time at the festival. Why this year?
No particular reasons. I found a patron that was willing to pay for my travel, and here I am.
Would that be Mr. Vane?
Yes.
Is he coming at the festival? Like, does he come to see what he paid for? Do you know?
I can't tell.
Can't tell.
Yeah, because if he wasn't coming, you would say no. But since he's coming, he says he can't tell.
I can't
Right.
tell.
Okay. So let's
Okay.
talk about the process of playing with this
Right.
One of
creature.
the things
They
that I love, and the children's love as well, is when the little giant grab one of the guy from the back, almost like, you know, from the little shirt and etc. And make them, and they just like, hey, do, and they pretend them they fly, and it put them back down. They love it.
Doesn't that constitute a lot of screaming, though?
Yeah, but they are happy screaming.
Yeah, but the giant
So
gets
the
agitated.
giant can distinguish the good from the bad screaming?
Of course, they're intelligent creatures. Then those ask.
course they are.
People just define them as slaves. I don't like that. I think they are good help.
And what about the husk outside your tent and around the city? Are these yours? Do you
Technically,
own them?
no, but work for me. Help me set things up.
Are you
Yes.
not done with
No,
setting things
no,
up?
no. I still have the last attraction to finish to build.
Oh, and that would be.
Thank you.
There is my most prized. It's a penguin from Ugre.
What do you need the husks for the penguin? Please
I
don't
need to
tell me it's a
create his
10 feet
environment.
penguin.
I need to create his
Okay.
environment. He likes rocks.
I'm beginning to like Cervantes a lot. I think
It's
he's just,
unhinged.
I think he's just weird. I think he's just a weird guy who likes animals.
Yeah, he is.
Guys, I
He is
remind you
indeed.
they experiment on animals. So maybe
He likes them in his own way.
Why do you have to
Can
remind me?
we? So is the penguin also white and translucent in color?
no,
It's a penguin.
no. Usually they are like this very nice gray color, blacks and whites, and etc. etc. After we discuss a little bit and I help him to, adapt to environment that are not the coldness of Ukraine, is now completely black and red.
So many questions. Who's
Black
we?
and red.
Me.
You said we.
Yes, we.
We Cervantes and
Because there are a lot of people in his head.
And Cervantes. And all my creatures, my pet.
So that's the attraction. The sandworm, the rabbit, and the penguin, and the giant. Obviously,
Yes.
that's pretty much it, huh?
Uh-huh. Can I remind you something, guys, out of game? Because
Yes.
we discuss about it. He also mentioned something else. He's not mentioning right now. Can I have a cunning roll from all
Yeah.
people here?
Ooh, nice. 13.
22.
22.
Wow.
Very good indeed.
55444.
We have 5 cunning.
4.
4.
Nice.
With all their cunning.
Yeah, I have just 2, so I brought an ace and a 3.
Very good indeed. Okay. Riska, it's not a critical, but I was looking for a 20 to remember exactly this detail. I know, it was high.
Wow.
You're the one that remembered they was talking about like a mole mixed with, what was it? Like an insect. And it was the size of a human?
What's this guy's problem with insects?
What were you saying, Ember? Like what? Take that back.
No. I've already taken the moment David mentioned the experimentations. I was like, I hate you.
So, what
Yes.
other creatures do we have other than the penguin still missing from the show?
Oh, no.
I'd like to pull a John Cena and go, "Are you sure about that?"
Okay. And he was like, no. Yeah, there is other little critters in my tent, but they are not for the show.
What are they here for?
A mole crossed with an insect the size of a human doesn't strike me as a small creature. That's just, a
Oh, you
company.
remember that?
I do remember that. It's
That's nice.
terrifying.
What do you what about this creature?
Yeah, I'm working on it. So at the moment is in early stages of experimentation.
What if the experiment goes wrong?
I kill it.
What if it escapes?
They don't.
I think the answer is still I kill it.
No, I mean, I'm more like in the lines of how many is it gonna kill before you kill it. Like this is my line of questioning at the moment. How? You know what? I genuinely feel a bit sorry that I have to tell him like, Servando, that's a lot of dangerous stuff here. How are we
See
going
it so you
to?
are sure that it's secured.
Yes, I was gonna say, since this is supposed to be a safety assessment, I think
Yeah,
we'll
Riska really want to see it close.
Okay.
No, Riska really wants to grab a pan next time we visit the tavern, but that's a different story.
Follow me.
For sure.
And you see him standing up from the made up bed, and he starts to move it. And under there is an etch on the floor,
Basement. Jesus.
and he open it.
When did you build this? You're supposed to be okay.
Oh,
Sorry.
this-
That's,
Oh yes, I
yeah.
can tell you. My patron
more
come
builders.
here earlier, weeks ago, and commission it for us.
That is
Excellent.
not interesting at all. Thank you.
So please come in. And he starts to get down. And
Well, you can say
Closing
he's
the
not
lid, putting the
hospitable.
bed on top. Bye, Cervantes.
You can say he's not hospitable.
One of
Well,
us has to stay outside. Not
he
all of us
went-
are going in.
He went in there first. He believes, like, he trusts us with his life.
Well, in this case, the outside is still inside the tent of the horrors. So even outside, you're not okay. I wouldn't stand guard there. I'd rather go below ground, where all the horrors can't find me. They're above ground.
by the way,
Not one.
There are
that's-
horrors down.
Okay, beside the death worm. Yes, okay.
but there is another thing that you need to consider. Those creatures are his pets. So if you do something to him,
Jesus.
so
They
I
don't
know,
need to
well,
know.
yeah,
They don't need to know.
As
Are
soon
they
as he-
really?
yeah. So he went down, and you guys all of a sudden see a light being slightly lit on because, of course, gas. Oil lamp. Come on, sis. One at a time, please.
Follow
Yeah.
the light.
Go on, people, one at a time. I'll go last. Don't worry about me.
Yeah, I can go first. Fine, whatever.
Okay. As you know, you start to walk down to those steps. They are being carved into the ground. You realize that there's been quite the effort here. They build these things in underground, good 10 feet underground. And they put bars on the sides to sustain these things and to keep it. And you pretty much realize that you're working through a massive cage that is built underground.
That seems safe.
And this place is divided in two, and there is a double door with bars. So you need to open the door, close it. There is a small corridor, all bars in all of this, so you can see through. Another door, and you can have access to what is an area where that it looks like the lab of a surgeon.
Where was the people of Rock Hill while the Vault of Horrors was being built? I have so many questions for Zig. You sellout of a innkeeper.
You and the gamekeeper can tell you immediately. This area where all this place is built, it's at least 10 minutes from town,
Okay.
walking speaking.
But
So if you
Most
work at
incompetent
night,
mayor.
and if you are stealthy enough, it's difficult that someone will catch you doing things.
After this story is over, I'm petitioning to remove the mayor from the city. I'm gonna campaign against him.
Okay. But anyway, all of the things that you see here are not so difficult to build. If they're already being built, they just need to be put in position. What they needed to do was to dig out the material, and they can literally throw the material into the river. Then it's literally a few steps away from here. So it took definitely a bit, but it's possible.
They also have a giant mole praying mantis, so I don't think it was hard to
not
dig.
yet. Not
Not
yet. It's a work in progress.
Yeah,
And
okay, whatever.
above that, you can see it. It's on the table, and
Of
it's
course it is.
strapped down to the table with a heavy chain, and it has this massive hand with 3 claws. Each one of them is each claw is pretty much the size of your face.
Amazing. I love it.
The skin is brown and leathery, almost like elephant skin. And there is a fur, almost like a mohawk growing on his back. And the weirdest thing ever is the face, because all of a sudden the face just shrink, and there is a face of a cockroach.
Please
Wow.
don't show us an image of this.
I will not.
Please don't show us an image of this.
A mole cockroach.
Please. Please.
I will
Not
not.
gonna be an indestructible animal.
The creature
So
seems asleep. There is a very rudimental. You've never seen something like that, but it seems almost like a very rudimental tube with a bag that lead some kind of I don't know, like substance into the creature's bloodstream.
My skin crawls. I'm
And
so
there
glad
is-
I'm not there.
many
I'm so glad I'm not
questions.
there.
And there is on the side of the table a tray with a lot of scalpel and a saw and other things like this. And you started to realize what Cervantes does to those animals.
So difficult
Yes.
to remain compliant with YouTube right now.
I just told Cervantes, I think we've seen it now.
I
And I'm
think
like,
It's completely secure. You can't
So many
escape.
questions. Nice hole you have here, by the way. I'm sure you cannot hear a thing from the outside. Should you make a lot of noise or something, you should start screaming, right?
Try to mimic your thing is very badly.
So, what do you use? So many questions. How?
do you want us to leave you two together? To leave you two
No,
alone?
no. Like, how do you? I'm sure your pets adore you.
Yes,
Eventually.
Angel. I saved their life.
Eventually. What? How do they stay composed during what looks to be a not so fun process? Is that what? Is that? Can I try and diagnose what's the thing that's going into the bloodstream?
Very very hard because the bag is not transparent. It's like a leathery bag. But the tube it is, and you see these things is like very acid green. So you need to get
Is-
inside in order to get closer, and at the moment Cervantes and you are outside of this part of the cage.
Yeah, no, I'm alright. So Cervantes, my
Yes.
guy,
Yeah,
you can, you're
I am.
very good at what you do.
God, thank you. So nice of you.
Whatever this is, but also you cannot tell me this one's for the children as well.
Oh no. This is for personal protection.
Protection. Are you expecting like an attack from minors? Like what?
He look around, almost like
Naked
looking
mole
for
rats.
something, and his very scrawny head arm get close to you. Listen. personal protection.
Oh, are you afraid someone's going to attack you?
Sometimes chaos, you need a scapegoat. Right. I don't want to be.
Oh, does that have to do with your friend that we met? And with your
I don't know what you're
patron?
talking about.
All right. Okay, you know what? She seems scary. I understand why you make this.
This will be ready very soon, and I will act only on my command.
Can I ask you something though?
Yes, of course, my dear.
You said before that they love you because you saved their lives. What's that? What do you mean? Like they were dying?
Yes, the poor penguin was left by his flock, starving to death, the poor things. So I took it, and I saved it.
Was it starving to death before you took it or after?
Before.
Like I'm
was
trying to work
starving.
out this saving philosophy of yours.
I'm not a monster. I know I do things to them, but just to improve them, to make them stronger.
Vance, I'm going to ask you a very hard question.
The husk. Poor
Has
child.
something escaped the past few days?
No.
Something that might live in the water?
The only things that was keen to water, even if I was a little bit afraid of it, was my little pet that you guys needed to look down in a whalebone.
But making sure. From some unrelated events. All right.
Anyway, my dear, just to finish to answer your question, I have a little story about every one of my pets. If one day you want to listen to me, I will tell you everything. But they're very sad. Just
I'm
so
sure
you
of
know.
that.
Anyway, let's go back upstairs, right?
Yeah, let's go back upstairs.
Yes, please.
Where's Eleanor, by the way?
Oh, she's with our patron.
Has she left town?
I can't tell.
I'm like,
It's okay.
oh, wait. Cervantes,
Hmm?
are you literally not able to tell? Okay. Can you tell me about a friend that, how can I phrase it correctly? Can you tell me the reason you cannot tell? Can you write me the reason you cannot tell?
And he take out a card.
I used to have one of these cards.
I sure you still have it.
I do like this. Is there a card in my pocket?
Where was the pocket that you used for the
Let's say it was the inside pocket. Is it still there?
Mm-hmm.
I showed them the card. Is it ripped?
Yeah.
Ah, it is still ripped.
Mm-hmm.
So that didn't change.
Kill it with fire.
I'm like, yeah, Cervantes, why wouldn't I destroy it? Do you know what happens if it gets destroyed?
No, sure.
Can you tell me what happens when it gets destroyed?
I don't want to find out.
Excellent. Good to
Close
know.
one. Close one.
You know what, Cervantes? I'm really glad we're friends.
I'm very too. So,
And I genuinely say this. Like, I literally say this.
now that everything is in check, I have the mayor blessing to carry on with my show.
I have to report some stuff to the mayor.
That's up to the
But we
mayor.
can.
Last question before we go. If you were to stay in town, just an advice from friend to friend, because we're a big group and the tavern is packed. So if you were to stay in town for the festival but not sleep at the tavern, where would you go?
Maybe rent a house for someone that will willing to give it to you for a little bit. Maybe getting out of town and just, like they go on an holiday and the house is yours. Pay me.
Yeah, that sounds like an excellent idea.
Do you know of any house of sorts or anyone willing to give up their home during the festival? Or someone that's done it recently?
Can't tell.
Worth a try.
You're a smart one. That's the reason I like you.
Excellent.
So, guys,
Go.
can I go back to my beauty sleep?
Yeah,
Certainly.
you can.
By the way,
Yes.
Have you ever heard of someone called Hopkins?
Oh, you mean the witch hunter?
Yes.
Yes, I heard of him. His family is very known in Calgary. I deal with some of them in the past. I bought some of their failed experiment.
What kind of failed experiments?
You
They
know,
weren't
they
experimenting.
try to kill fatwas on a permanent basis, and sometimes they don't. But the poor things is mangle.
What? What do you mean?
Have you ever seen what's happened to a fairy when you cut their wings?
No.
No.
No, obviously.
So that's no good to the Hopkins lab. So
Let's what? Excuse me.
let's not go to the Hopkins lab. They're dealing on how to kill fatwas. They of course try to do it in the best way possible.
Where is the Hopkins lab?
And Calgary.
Calgary.
In Calgary. Yeah, they probably created a lot of powerful weapons that kills fairies.
And you
Afterwards.
need to
Calgary.
test those weapons.
And some weapons didn't work as intended sometimes, right?
You know,
How-
a lot of people have a high reputation, but more the light is shining bright, more the shadow is cast.
Yeah, so they wouldn't test them themselves. They would let others do it for them, so they wouldn't, you know,
Guilty as
take away from the
charged.
light. I see. Sound like amazing people over there. Anyway, thank you, Sylvanus. You've been more than helpful.
You know what?
Mhm.
People that still live in Calgary are the scum of earth.
Oh, you're not very fond of your compatriots.
Look at me. I'm what's left of the war that everyone decided to have in my country. I almost starved to death so many times.
You made it out alive.
Yeah,
And
that's the reason
more
I want to be strong.
to be what?
Be what, sorry?
Strong. No one mess. And my pet. I made sure of it. So, go back to the mayor. Make sure that my show will go on. I need to feed.
Mhm.
And everything will be alright.
Yeah, we'll make sure.
Don't make me hate you, please. You're such
No,
a good
we're
friend.
friends. Don't worry, we are friends. And I really consider this.
Strong word, that one.
Well,
This is just business.
Talk for yourself.
Yeah. Sorry.
I am taking for myself.
I'm a child of the war. Not a little shade of grey in my view of the world. So, please, guys, I really need to sleep.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Good
okay.
night.
Thank you for the tour. Bye.
On your way out, go and look at the penguin. He's adorable.
Okay.
I'm scared. Let's go.
Yeah, we will.
On your way out,
Let's not then.
you actually see that the penguin is the environment is still being builded. There's a lot of rocks and such like, and there is a lot of a strange concoction that it feels cold, almost like those big jar on the side that emanate this constant cold in the area. So there is a little drop of temperature when you enter in this bit of the expedition. And the creature is there, also sleeping, and he's a massive, like an imperial. You know, think about imperial penguin is just almost the size of your friend Ember, and he's completely black with red stripes on the back like a tiger. And apparently that's it.
Okay.
It's penguin.
We're going out.
The
Yes.
the little claw at the end of the fin. They are not penguin-like, but that's another story.
It's a penguin
Of course
tiger.
not.
I don't want to get closer.
When you get out, it's already 6 p.m. and you see Ember in the middle of this area, close to the where the night challenge will be. Then he's looking around, probably looking for you. So please, guys.
We'll go towards him.
First of all, I go and retrieve my blood.
Yes.
That's a phrase.
You did
Hey, Amber,
realize
this
that
way.
Hey guys, where have you been? I was looking all over for you.
You would have loved
Inside.
it.
What?
Yeah, sure. You missed out a lot. It was amazing.
you're fine. You didn't lose anything.
Okay, what are we talking about? I learned a lot
We just
about
had a
numbers.
private tour with Cervantes
Oh,
of
so I
the
didn't lose
Cervantes
anything.
things.
Okay. So yeah, I didn't miss anything. Okay.
You
Uh,
did realize that he actually threatened us that if he does not have the chance to show,
Obviously.
He did what? Okay. Catch me up and I will catch you up.
Uh,
so we do
I
catch
how,
Amber up.
how did you say it? I can't talk about this.
Okay,
I have an idea.
Let me go for a stroll, and you can have a conversation if you like.
That's the idea.
okay. I
I
will.
know.
After you catch me up, I turn to Riska and I say, "Okay, I will help you with the pun. I'm gonna hit him in the shins. He will kneel, and then you'll hit him in the head. Yes, and we're
Love
gonna
it.
stay as far away from this cockroach as possible, and Cervantes too."
The pets are going after you.
So before we go on theorizing what we just saw, should we briefly finish the tour that we promised the mayor, the safety inspection of the Bastille?
That wasn't the goal. The
Yeah,
goal
but
was to
but the
investigate.
mayor still wanted us to do this. So let's do it quickly. Let's say
Okay.
Okay.
You
we just
guys,
go through everyone.
you guys quickly start to talk with some of the vendors. One of the people here, she is an alfire. Very nice, delicate traits. Very long here. Not as long as Chloe. She's a pure breed, let's call it like that. When she has just a pointy kind of Spock-like ears, and she does portrait, and everything seems regular. She is showing you like watercolors, acrylic, and other things that she's going to use, and nothing. And she has also a little section for the children to be painted, like makeup. The other guy that is there seems like an old musician, and he almost take you, Jean, because as soon as you see your instrument, it started to immediately ask if you can take a look of it, and etc. And he offers you, for a very small price, a set of ivory. Yep, thank you. That is usually it will sell for 5 silver, but offers to you for 2.
Oh, I have 3 silver on me. What I got in the last days.
And there is a moment that you thinking about taking it, and there is a little shiver down your spine, because this is exactly the same set that was in your vision.
I got that. That's why I want to take it.
Okay?
Do I have 3 silver on me?
Yeah, you have 3 silver.
I give him 3 silver and I take it. Thank you very much. I say.
It's it's like yeah, absolutely. Like
I asked
about
what's the
200
diamond?
Huh?
What does the diamond represent? What's the drawing? No, not the drawing, the carving on the pig.
Oh,
Because it has a small diamond
it's
with flames.
it's the Ingitirian flag.
Ah, okay.
The Ingitirian flag
Oh.
has 3 diamonds. One represent each area of the entire, the Valonian Islands, the Kinnimore Islands, and I forgot the last one. Sorry, guys. I will check. Even your GM sometimes have brain farts. Marrakesh, up north, Kinnimore Islands, where you guys are, and the Valonian Islands, more close to the border. Sorry, the 3 diamonds represent what is in the Ingitirian flag. They are a silver background, or argent, with a blue cross and 3 royal diamonds on the crown, and on a clockwise kind of setting along the vertical axis. So that is the flag. and the three diamonds seems to kind of represent a simplified version of that flag.
Alright. It's a nice pick, so why not? I will try and play a bit with it after we're done.
As you probably know, it's the artist that does the magic, not the pick. But
I know what the feeling
they
is.
are light.
I
They're
never,
quite
I never had
sturdy.
an ivory pick.
So, and they feel nice on your hand.
What was his name again?
Oh, it didn't say. Let me check. By the way, I forgot to tell you guys. There is another little table on the side that it seems almost like, what can I say, be already done for selling something. His name is Richard, by the way. He has a red, almost like a bandana around his head, very kind of pale and etc. But good looking, and close, and where the other vendor, the health, their name is Janet. I would say close to Richard there is this table. The, you know, the classic things with the cards that you mix and match and someone need to bet on it and etc. Yeah, there is a little table set for that, and there is also some other magician tricks. But at the moment, the owner of that is nowhere to be seen.
We keep going around until we finish and we just go back to the mayor.
Yeah, and we going back to a tavern that at the moment seems quite busy. There is a little bit of people chatting. Everyone seems to enjoying the evening a little bit. Xing is back behind the counter, pouring some ale, inviting people to enjoying and such like. The evening seems to have taken a much more pleasant route. When he sees you, give a sign and just point at the table where you guys were sitting this morning for the meeting, and he goes, I will be back, I will get there in a minute, guys, just let me finish here. He finished to pour, Gregory, come on, you have already enough tonight. And he just make sure that his customer are satisfied and etc. And he's, Mary, they're back. Let's bring some food for our guest. Yes, Papa. And he will come a certain point and sit down with you. So, give it straight. How bad it is.
Riska?
It's hard to tell. So the guy is probably one of the creepiest creature that ever lived. That
I felt the vibe.
doesn't, yeah, that doesn't make him necessarily a criminal. But so he's a mutagenist. So the creatures is he has for sure are not nature made. They are assembled. Like he's taking features from one creature and another and putting them together. So we saw a yes,
You know that is against the law.
of course, of course, of course. The worrying thing is that he's making a new creature at the moment by crossing a mole and a cockroach, and it's the size of a human being. What's more, there is more to this. So he said he's doing it for self-defense because he is afraid he's going to be used as an scapegoat. Now, where is all of this happening? In a huge freaking vault of horrors basement that Charles Vane stuff. Yes. How could you not see this? So they built a whole it's a whole thing underground. Like it's reinforced with metal bars at the sides. It's insane. But also that does under the tent, under the what's it called?
Where we have the
The
festival?
freaky thing or freaky yes. Under the Cervantes Circus of Creepy Crawlies. Come on, like you should see it coming. Anyway. Um
Sorry, okay. So,
last point, sorry. The expense and the effort to dig and build such a structure doesn't scream I'm gonna use the guy as an scapegoat to me. And I really would like to stop empathizing with someone like Cervantes. And also, do you have a pen you can spare?
I would think.
Pen,
We're
yes.
talking with the mayor, right?
With the mayor, Xing, yes.
I'm saying we are being watched. And then I take out the card and I show him the card.
He's putting the like hink and like a feather pen close to you. I usually use it for work, but you feel free to. Okay, so to give a little bit of a understanding of what's going on here. A few weeks ago, there is this man called Chasvain that came and told you about. I think my husband told you about, and he asked to some sightseeing and offered to help on for the construction side where we usually have the. Yeah, his man literally helped to build all the structure that we have for the festival.
Well,
Did he ask for something in return for this?
Yeah, we established a fee and that was it.
Well, he got more out of the deal.
I mean, of course we knew there was some working going on, but we figured that was for the festival. And I mean, come on, have you seen? He built a very nice stage. The entrance is gorgeous.
Just a question. If Cervantes has done this underground thing, how we're sure no one else didn't do it too? How do we know that there is not a system of tunnels under there?
I mean, it will take
Because
probably months to build such things, and they were being here for a few weeks. Sorry,
well,
you say that we are
Cervantes,
being watched? What was that? You give in the card, right?
Magic.
You take
I'm said like this. I'm very disappointed. I'm like, magic.
you take the card
Cervantes
and
has-
you look at it for a second. And there is almost like a flash of recognition, and drop it on the table. And you must just softly say on something on. It can't be.
What? That doesn't sound any more reassuring.
No, nothing. It's okay.
Please. Okay, I want to actually use persuasion on him. Like, please, tell us what's going on. My life might be in danger. Even if it's just a hunch that you have, I need to know. Can I roll a persuasion? 7 dice. Oh, shit, is red. 22.
22.
Yes.
We should just campaign as mayors. I'm just saying it.
called it.
Something for my past. Nothing. When I was an arcane paladin, 16 years ago. Me and my unit, we were being informed that there was a series of women and men living in the outskirts of town, in another island close to here, and my unit was sent to investigate. My leader at the time was I was quite young, 16 years ago, a child. My captain at the time was the Baroness' father. When we get to the scene, when I got to the scene, the captain was already there, and Argyll was already in motion. It's not things that I like to remember, but I was following order. They were using necromancy. Some of the people there were not alive anymore, and they were also trying to hiding and corrupting children on their way. So we tried to reason and to arrest most of them. A fight ensued. No one survived.
Did you kill them all? Like all the witches and whatever?
Yeah, that was the order.
Are you?
Let me guess, one of them escaped.
Did one, yeah,
No,
but
no one escaped that night.
or maybe it's a descendant.
Yeah, maybe it's a daughter.
Question.
The leader, the matriarch, she was using those cards.
And she died, right?
The captain stabbed her in her chest, pierced their heart. There's no coming back from that.
Did any one of them got maimed in the neck, the throat? Was it maybe practice among some of your men to keep them alive and maim their vocal cords?
No such things. My memory is a little bit fuzzy about it. I'm trying to forget about it. If you don't, probably you can understand why.
It's
I'm not.
the woman that gave this to the woman that gave this to me approached the Baroness with ill intent, probably. So, if you're now telling me that your father was the one who destroyed that coven or whatever it was,
Yeah, it was a coven. Yeah.
and she is using the cards that was found in that coven, I kind of find the connection here.
It's really hard to understand. I mean, I saw this card once. It was 16 years ago. I don't even know if it's the same. Just hold memory surfing out. But also, as I said, no one survived that night.
But if you remember, as far as your memory can help you,
I was in charge of counting the bodies.
what if magic made you remember wrong?
Paladins has protection against those things.
Okay.
Do we know how we can, I don't know, destroy the card?
A fae, a fadwa creature can do, or the owner of the card.
Second question. Was your friend, I'm sorry to bring it up, but your late friend, was he a member of that team?
Oh,
Very good question.
yeah, he was.
I think
Might
that
be in
maybe
danger.
you might be in danger, yes. Because there is someone with a grudge against, as I see it, right now, right here.
The door slam open. And a very frantic, very scared, and with a hair that are completely a mess and etc. Baroness walk in, and she just ran towards Zing, literally dropped by his feet, and he just, with her hand, tried to speak, and he's like, I saw her. She was on my window. Zing, I need help. And we are going to close the session here.
Yes!
Thanks, everyone.
Amazing! Amazing!
What's happening?
And I will
Amazing.
see you soon. And that's it for tonight, folks. Thanks again for watching. Hope you like it. If you do, please hit the like and subscribe. And I see you out there. Just a couple notes. The Tales of the Forgotten Sea game system is not ready yet. We are working on it just to improve it and make it better. One day it will be released, and we all can play it together. Thanks again, be kind to each other, and see you next time.